I am professional. Rivals of Ether.
You're just like advertising your brand now.
Yeah. I took off one work shirt for the other.
That's pretty great. Hello everyone, Fanta here. You're watching Fantavision, and today I'm joined with...
SBS. Nice to be back on Futon with you.
Indeed, we're actually on a futon, so people can't complain.
Is this going to be a back to the futon?
No, oh, you're right. It's not even back to the futon.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
We're back on it.
We're back on it anyway. So today we're doing another College Chronicles because people keep asking for it, even though nobody watches it. So we're doing that.
Ha cha cha cha.
And I can't do that. We can't have like, Eric involved because he didn't go to college. So I mean,
Yep. So you get the backup squad.
No, I was gonna say I was gonna do a 3-person thing, but there's no reason to have him.
I was gonna say you get the B team.
The B team. Get the C team for college.
I was gonna say that's
I know.
That's really mean.
It's a bit of both, you know. Do you want to take it as an insult or do you want to take
Definitely
it
the insult.
as an insult? Okay.
That's how I live my life.
So today we are discussing time management and what that means while you're in college, or the lack of time management.
And kind of like the progression of time management.
Yes.
Like learning to deal with it.
Because college is an insane learning experience, and the learning curve is way crazier than high school.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're all on your own, whereas in high school, I feel like it's a lot more structured. You're going there at a specific time. Everybody's going there at that time.
If you don't go to class, you get a call. Like your parents get a call.
Yeah.
But like in college, if you don't go to class, it's just like they don't give a shit.
Some classes do. Some classes will like take off from your grade, or they get pissed
Right,
at
but
you.
they don't talk to you.
They don't talk to your parents. Your parents are no
They
longer
don't-
involved.
Most of the time, they don't even email you.
No.
You just start losing points.
Yep.
And so there's no real accountability until you realize it too late.
Which I did in one of my classes.
Oh, I've got a good story on that. Are we going into it?
We're going into it.
So there was a class of mine. It was mineralogy. Actually, a really interesting class. But this was actually after, I want to say this was my junior year. Mm-hmm. And so I was pretty in the groove of dealing with college. I knew which ones I could go to and which ones I couldn't go to. You know, or I could choose not to go to.
That's the first thing you need to learn.
Yeah. But so this one was, like they posted all the slides online. So I studied.
Yeah.
I went online and just like grabbed the slides and was like, cool, this is what I missed in class.
Yeah.
It's no big deal because you start to learn which professors do directly off of slide teachings or lectures.
Yeah.
And then there's people who will have slides but then go like super in depth without that, and you go to all your classes the first week and you're like, okay, he's literally just reading off the words. I can just go home and study this stuff from home. So I was doing that in my mineralogy class. And I decided to go to class one day, and I'm like on my way there, and I run into one of my classmates, and he just looks at me and goes, "So you ready?" I'm like, "Ready for what?" "The test today." I was just like, "Oh no!" And I got a D on that test. That was actually the reason I didn't get an A in the class.
Shit!
I ended up getting a B in the class because like it's whatever. But so. I go in there, and the questions were actually pretty easy.
Yeah.
And I didn't do well on it, obviously, because I had no idea going in. I had like 5 minutes to prepare.
That'll do it.
And then I looked back, and I guess the test was literally a shot for shot, question for question, answer for answer. The exact same thing as one of the study guides.
But you just didn't get that study guide?
I didn't know there was the test that day. I thought it was like the next week.
Oh.
And so I was going in thinking like, okay, yeah, well, I'll go see what I'm missing.
Good thing you went in.
Yeah, so I got some points at least, but yeah, so I ended up getting like a D on something that was probably an easy 100%, and made up for it later. Got a B in the class, but you know, I went in and talked to him. I was like, yeah, sorry about that, because you know they have their office hours.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, it's fine, because I was also trying to like get some like undergrad work, and I asked him about it. He's like, well, how'd you do on the test? I'm like, well, to be honest, this is what happened. And he's like, oh yeah, see, like I needed you to get like a B or an A on the test to even like consider that. I'm like, you know what, that's understandable. And then he looks at me and says, yeah, I actually had someone working for me, and she failed the test, so I fired her. And he laughed.
Oh,
he's like, aren't I an asshole? And he like laughed and chuckled. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, but like also kind of like it makes sense.
Yeah,
because it wasn't paid, and it's like if you don't care enough to get an A in the class, that was his whole thing. But yeah, that was like one of my biggest like snafus of time management.
I completely had zero time management my freshman year because I had a roommate that was not even going to classes, so he just kept going, dude, fuck that class, let's go to IHOP. And I went, sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
Well, I failed the class I kept skipping. Don't do that. And I also got screwed over in a group project because I kept asking my group, okay, what do I need to do for this? Nobody responded. I kept calling them, I texted them, I emailed them. No response. And then the day of the presentation happened. I didn't do shit, but I went up there and helped everyone present. And then they, I guess, told the teacher that I did nothing. So I failed that like massive project, and I failed the class. And I'm like, why the fuck did you do that to me? These people I did not know just threw me under this bus for zero reason.
Did you talk to him afterwards?
No, because the class was over at that point. It was like the final project. And then I found out what I got, like, as the class was over. Yeah, if I had not failed that, I would not have failed the class. And I had to do, like, a grade replacement. So I had to take another class in place of that one. And I did a lot better than that one. But my freshman year was not good. It was very bad.
Yeah.
I slept through my final in my math class, but the teacher called me up and said, I just gave you a B. I was like, what? Yeah, you probably would have gotten a B. Here's a B. I slept through a couple tests in that class, actually, and he just kind of gave me...
That's really nice of him.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool.
I wish I had a professor that did that.
There was no reason for him to be that nice to me. I mean, I saw him... My ex and I went to some, like, art exhibit, and it was, like, way the out there. I don't remember where it was. It was, like, kind of near where, like, Renaissance Festival is.
Okay. Yeah. So it's, like...
And,
yeah, it's a ways.
We saw him there, and he was like part of the exhibit, and he was like doing stuff, and I just talked to him, and he's a cool guy, and then I guess he just remembered me from the thing and went, oh, this guy's cool, he probably knows what he's doing, and just gave me a bunch of B's. I got a B in that class, even though I didn't show up for the final. I didn't show up for a couple of tests. I slept in some of the classes accidentally.
Wow.
I did that a lot back then because my time management was non-existent because my social life and my girlfriend at the time was in Oro Valley. And I think you were still living in Oro Valley.
Yeah, my freshman and sophomore year.
I would just hang out at your house all the time. And then you'd come and hang out at the dorm all the time. And we'd both stay up ungodly late. And...
Well, to be fair, a lot of times I was working on homework. But it was still late.
Yeah, it was still late. Like,
There's a lot of 6 a.m. nights.
We just put off homework for the last minute. Like, we didn't need to stay up till 6 a.m. to do homework.
My freshman year was a little... Yeah, no, my freshman was a little bit harder.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of those 6 a.m. nights were because of a programming class, and I had no background in programming, like, at all. I ended up getting a B in the class, but, like, it was one of those classes where I understood the material after the assignment was due, and then I was constantly playing catch-up.
Oh.
So, like, I'd just be up super late working on that, and then before you knew it, it was 6 a.m. Like,
I was doing homework, like, last minute, like, getting back from... friends' houses. It'd be like 2 a.m. and I had the project due the next day.
Yeah, I had.
That was freshman.
I had Calc 2, calculus-based physics, and a programming class, an engineering class, and something else, probably like Spanish or something like that. But like those 4 alone were just like all of my free time. Plus, I was working 32 hours a week at Walmart at the time.
Yeah, I think I was working about that much at GameStop at the time too. Which is another reason why I was always
that was actually
really far away.
My biggest problem. So it wasn't that I was procrastinating the homework. It's that I overestimated how much time I would have with 32 hours of work. And that doesn't sound like a lot, right? But so you schedule your classes so you have 18 plus credits, so you're like full-time student, and then you're like, okay, so if I go and I work 32 hours, it's not even a full work week, whatever. But then you realize, in order to do that, you need 8-hour day on Saturday, 8-hour day of work on Sunday. And then you can't do 8 hours during the week because you have classes. So then all of a sudden, those like 2 extra shifts get spread out of 4-hour shifts each day. So you finish school, you drive to work, and then you go to bed. And then you go to school, you finish school, you drive to work, you go to bed, and like the time for homework in there is non-existent.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that now. I'm like, holy shit, you're right.
I dropped down to 24 hours after my freshman year, and it was like a lifesaver.
I should have dropped down a lot more hours, but I just kept putting like financial burdens on myself. Like I moved into an apartment,
Yeah.
and that was a bit much, and I definitely needed all those hours I could get. I had a bunch of really shitty relationships throughout college. Two main horrible relationships that kind of were mentally exhausting. So it was like between shitty relationships and a shitty job and a full-time school schedule.
And that brings down like your mentality.
Oh, everything.
And then like your mentality being down brings down what you're doing, and it's just like a cyclical thing.
If you can somehow not have a job while you're going to college, that is how you win.
Yep. That is how you win.
That's
and
how
like
you win.
you got to take it seriously too. Like
Yep.
so I would still do the same like method of understanding which classes I needed to go to and which ones I didn't really need to, because a lot of those classes, if you understood what they were teaching and if they were only reading off slides, that was no big deal. Like missing those classes wasn't a big deal. It was just a snafu on my part on that earlier story. But like the time management outside of school was like the biggest thing. Like what you're saying, like if you could just do no job but understand like your priorities in class, that's the big thing.
Yep.
One of my examples of that is my freshman year. I was working 32 hours, but I also wanted to play Ultimate Frisbee because I played that like through high school. I organized our social media for it, etc., etc.
We also had the board game night.
Yeah, I did board game night on Wednesdays.
That was fun.
So I was trying to play Ultimate Frisbee for the U of A team called Sunburn. I guess they're called U Arizona now. Just by the way, they changed their official thing from U of A to U Arizona.
That's so stupid.
Yep. Good job, guys.
You did it.
But anyway, so I was living in Oro Valley, which is a 45-minute drive from campus. My work was in Oro Valley.
Yep.
And like all of the stuff I did that was not school was there. So when I had Frisbee practice, ultimate practice, it was I think it started at 7:30 at night on campus. And my classes would finish around like 4 p.m. So I did it like 1 or 2 nights in succession. I think they had like 2 in a row because they were trying to do tryouts or something like that.
Yeah.
And I realized that staying on campus for 4 hours and then getting out at 10 p.m. wasn't good. And so I just had to not do it. I just completely just like cut that out of my life. Like the idea of doing like a club just because of time management was an issue.
Yeah, one of my years, I think it was my junior or senior year. I don't remember which. I had a huge gap in between classes. And I would just go down to the cellar and have my laptop, and I'd be like working on homework and a bunch of other stuff until my next class, which was good. I was getting stuff done, but it was also a nightmare because I'm stuck in the cellar for 3 to 4 hours.
The cellar being a restaurant.
It's a restaurant / place.
It's
where
gone
people just
now.
kinda hang. What?
Oh yeah, they got rid of it years ago.
Why?
It was overpriced and the food was only good half the time. Remember when we'd order food and it was either amazing or it was just terrible?
I usually, yeah.
So you can't have that kind of consistency.
I would usually just bring food down from the food court.
That's why it closed.
And then,
Like,
and
there
then
it is.
I'd buy like a drink or something.
Yeah.
Because they had it was like the only place that had those 360.
Yeah, the
Coke
soda
machines.
bots, yeah.
Yeah.
That was like a selling point when we were first doing our college tour, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, we have a soda bot, so we have like 100 and something 80 flavors of soda.
Selling point of a college.
Yeah. I was like, it's so cool, it's hip, it's rad.
Now it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And nobody cares.
And now actually, like, most of the time I don't even want the soda bot because it's artificial flavor added to it.
Well, I just don't drink soda.
Well, yeah, but that too. But like, so if I had the chance to get Fanta with strawberry flavoring in it, or to get strawberry Fanta was just the made syrup, I'd take the strawberry Fanta every time.
I liked the raspberry Coke.
Yeah, like there was
The
good stuff
raspberry
to it,
syrup
but
in
like
it? That
if
was
I
good.
had the choice between the two, I would usually just take the regular fountain drinks. Like it was like kind of like a novelty gimmick that got old after a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I drank a lot of soda back then.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah.
Now I only drink it when I go out,
I can't even
then I don't do it all the time.
believe how much soda we used to drink. We would both get one of those like Mountain Dew voltage things and we'd just plow the whole fucking thing in one night.
Yep.
How are we alive?
Well, I ran. I don't know what you did.
I just existed and I'm fine, I guess. I don't know. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because I did my weekly Frisbee games that weren't with U of A down in our valley still, if I could. So I had exercise, and also we rode
know.
we rode our Razor scooters.
Yeah, we had scooters. We rode everywhere.
So like,
that was a good way to save time.
and also like get built up a little bit of a sweat, I guess.
Well, yeah, 'cause it was
It's
fucking hot out.
110 degrees out in summer.
That's
Kicking a
it.
scooter around campus.
That's where you burn all the calories. You're just
And
melting.
all
as you
the
get to
soda that we
class.
drank has like, it's the fountain drink soda, so it's got like half of its water.
That's true.
So maybe it wasn't as
not as
terrible
bad.
for us. I don't know how that works. I'm sure someone's gonna flame me in the comments for that.
Yeah.
It was probably terrible for us,
Oh,
but
it definitely was. It definitely was.
justifying my existence somehow. But most of the time, I just drink water now.
Yeah. Water,
Beer, or
LaCroix.
whiskey.
Yeah.
Well,
whiskey,
LaCroix is
beer.
just water to me.
That's true. Okay, so water, beer and whiskey. That's what I drink too. Is that a healthier option? Is that healthier than soda?
Depends on how often you go for the beer and whiskey, and
I guess.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot less sugar in the
Oh,
beer.
it's way less.
So depends
Way less
on
in the
it depends on like
beer,
what you're
way
looking
less in
for,
the
because like
whiskey.
there's more calories in a beer, right?
Are there? I don't think there
I actually
are.
don't know.
I don't know either.
Someone Google that for us.
Someone do the work so we don't have to.
Hit me up.
I think there's less calories in whiskey.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of sugar in either. So I'm pretty sure like overall it's
Yeah.
better for you, but like there's the whole like potential of being an alcoholic, which
So far, we're doing all right, sort of. Our collection sale.
It's a hobby.
It's a hobby.
can't be a problem if it's a hobby.
There you go. It's a hobby. It's a neat, unique thing about us.
Yeah. It's a personality trait.
That's what I meant.
Oh my god.
Fuck. Anyway, after you kind of get in the groove of it, after you kind of figure out how to schedule everything, it gets a lot easier. But
Yeah.
the first year was definitely difficult.
Oh yeah.
And
Like you schedule so many things back to back, and you're like, oh, it's gonna be
Yeah.
no problem. And then you realize that like your class is that starts 10 minutes after this one ends is actually on the other side of campus, which in high school is like, oh, I'm just gonna walk fast. But in that one, it's like, oh, I'm gonna have to ride a bike or run.
yeah. And when I moved back in with my dad, that was a nightmare.
Oh yeah, because then you have to pay for parking.
Yep, you had to pay the parking.
The parking garages were like $500
Yes.
for like a semester
You had to drive like 35 to 40 minutes. It
through
was-
traffic, and like the traffic in downtown's terrible, and I'm sure it is for any college town too.
Oh my god.
What actually ended up happening, my junior and senior year, I was living down next to campus, but I was still working at that same place in Oro Valley.
That's funny. We swapped.
Yeah. So like when I was driving to work, it was usually the rush hour going in,
Yep.
and then when I was coming back from work, it was usually the rush hour coming out. It was really funny.
Wow. So you just timed it perfectly.
Yeah. I think that was
Lucky
mostly,
you.
it might have been a little bit after college too, because of that, because like, I did it for like maybe another year. But it's just
Yeah.
like, haha, I'm leaving when all you idiots are getting here. And then vice versa. So like I just drive past like lines of cars.
That's the best feeling when you're like,
Do 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 do.
get that Schadenfreude. It's where you're happy that you're not them. It's a German word for taking pleasure in other people's pain. Because of course the Germans would have a word like that.
Of course.
That's
And being mostly German on my end,
same.
I can relate.
Yep. There you go.
Oh man.
Another thing with so we didn't really have a social life very much because of all those other things we had going on, and
Yeah.
because we both had girlfriends in college. When did you start dating? No, you were kind of the same as me. You had like constant relationships
Yeah,
throughout college.
I had the one person,
Yeah.
and then like I had like sporadic short things.
Did you? You're right. You
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, I am done with women. I'm done with everything.
And he decided he was gay.
No,
I'm done with women.
and that's how we met.
It's true.
No, we actually met in high school.
Yep.
But the second I was like, I am done dating.
Yep.
This sucks. Everything sucks. Mm-hmm. I have now. And then that's when I met on accident my current girlfriend after 6 years.
That's crazy.
6 years of dating as of like whenever you put this up, probably like a month from now.
Damn.
Yeah. So yeah, I met her my junior year, I want to say.
Yeah,
wanna
you're
say.
right. Yeah. That's interesting.
Because I was 20 when I met her.
Wow.
Yeah. Wild.
We're so old.
Yeah, dude.
Good God. That's another thing you need to realize is time is going to start moving a lot faster. 4 years of college, I was not going to go for anything that was going to be like a master's degree
Same.
or doctorate, because I was like, fuck, that's a long time.
Yeah, after like 4 grueling years of college and like sporadic depression and, you know, dealing with that crap, you're like, I don't want to do this for like 3 to 4 more years, or in some cases 2 years, depending on what you go for.
But at the same time, I look back and I was
It would
like,
have been pretty easy to do it,
it would
honestly.
be so much easier than I thought. So if you're thinking, if you had something like that in mind, but you're kind of turned off by that idea, you're like, holy shit, 6 to 8 years, that's a long time.
Just do it.
It's been 6 years. Actually, it's been longer than that from when we started college.
Yeah.
It's been about,
We started in 2011.
we could have been doctors. We haven't done anything else that's huge with our life.
I mean, I'm working for Rivals now.
Yeah, well, fuck you.
I was gonna say, like, I'm doing pretty well, and I'm a geologist, so like, I still feel like I didn't really need it.
Yeah, that's another thing, is make sure you need college. And
Yeah.
take the fucking time between college and high school. Like, if you can take a break for about a year or two, do it.
That's a little dangerous though, because a
Do
lot
it.
of people don't go back into school after taking a year break.
Yeah,
But
but plan that out in mind.
yeah, you need to know
Because I
what
didn't
you're
know what I was
doing.
gonna do. I didn't know what I was gonna
Yeah,
do.
like I went in for engineering, and after 2 years or a year and a half, I switched into geology, and I was able to get most of my credits transferred over. But like,
Yeah.
I went in like with a preconceived notion of what I was gonna do, but I didn't actually want to do that, and I didn't realize it till I was like a year and a half.
I remember
in.
that.
When it comes to like your graduate degrees, you need to really kind of like look into your field of study and be like, do I need it for this? So like, if I wanted to go into like oil, I would require a master's degree in geology.
Wow.
But like, you know, for environmental, for mining, for like non-oil mining, you can get by with just a bachelor's. And then like you start taking like stuff afterwards. Like I need to get my GIT still
And
my RG.
don't listen to what the counselors say.
Oh my God.
They slowed down my life a lot, because they told me that, oh yeah, it's fine if you don't know what you want to do yet. You've got until junior year to figure that out. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then I got to junior year. I'm like, I want to do this. I think it was like marketing or business or something. Like, oh, you can't do that. I'm like, excuse me? You'll have another 2 years if you do that. And I'm like, I've been here for 2 years. They're like, yeah. But you need all these prerequisites and you need to do all these other things. And I'm like, I came to you 2 years ago and you told me
It was fine.
I could do whatever I wanted for 2 years. I got all the prerequisites, like the main, like the gen eds out of the way. And I thought, good, now I can focus on the other stuff. Nope, you can't do that now. And
I have
Wow.
a story of an advisor too, if you don't mind.
go for it.
The aerospace engineer advisor knew my brother by name, and when I went in to like go and ask him for help,
Yeah.
like compared me to him.
What prick?
And I'm like, why would you do that? Why?
That's
Why
so
would
messed
you do
up.
that? So then I found the geology people, and I found a great advisor.
Yeah.
She was fantastic. She was so good that when they like split up the amount of geoscience students by like alphabet, and they put me with a different dude, I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna go see her.
Yeah.
So like, one thing that they don't tell you is you can go to any advisor on campus, and they are obligated to help you. Just because they're not your field of study or they're not your alphabetical like assigned person,
Yeah.
that doesn't mean anything. You can make an appointment with them, you can talk to them, and if they try to like pull that garbage on you, say, no, you can help me.
I also had no idea that I needed a minor.
Oh,
Nobody told me that.
I don't have a minor.
What?
Yeah, no, I don't have a minor.
You didn't need one?
No.
I was told I had to
No,
have
you
one.
don't have. You don't need to. So what I was doing is I was
What?
yeah, no, minor isn't required.
I was told it was.
Maybe it was for your field of study. I don't know,
I don't think so.
but I'm pretty sure it's not.
Wow.
But so
Bro.
I've got a bachelor's of geosciences with an emphasis on geology, and I was working towards a planetary sciences minor. And the planetary sciences minor required like 2 more classes for me to take, and then my major required 1 more class, and all 3 of them on my final semester were at the same time. And so it's like I could have finished it, but I was on AIM scholarship, which was like a big tuition cut. Like, so I got a lot of money off of college.
Yep.
But like it only works for 4 years. So if I took 1 more semester, I would have had to pay full tuition just to get a minor. And so I talked to like my parents, a couple, like to the good advisor that I met, and they're like, yeah, you don't need it. And like, it would have been nice to have it, because like I could have been doing like, you know, I could have used that to try to like map Mars basically, because that's something that they're trying to do right now with
That's
like
pretty cool.
satellites on Mars, like, you know, just geologic mapping of it. But at the same time, it's like that's super niche.
Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, you don't need it. So I graduated with that one.
And then at some point, this isn't true when you first graduate. I was told that when you graduate, that if you have any degree, it doesn't fucking matter. You'll get a job. That's bullshit.
Yeah. So
it doesn't make it that much easier. And
it's
it does
partially true.
1,000% matter what your degree is.
So it's partially true, but partially not.
When you
From what
first
I've
get a
noticed.
job?
Yeah. So there's some stuff out there that doesn't require a specific major, but it requires one that's in a similar field.
Okay, I guess that's true.
So like, if you
Yeah.
want to go and get a degree in like, I don't know, all these are fine. I'm not insulting you or anything, but like you say you go get one in like fine arts.
yeah.
Most artists don't really get jobs based on their degree. So you try to get a fine arts degree or whatever, and then you try to get a job working for a business, like as an accountant or something like that. And it's like, well, you don't really need an accounting degree, but you need something in
Do you
this.
not need some sort of business? Because what
Oh,
I
yeah,
saw,
you need something in this envelope. Like this multitude of degrees would work for that, basically. Like
I don't think fine arts would, though, would it?
no, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, so you're
That-
screwed.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah.
but like, so my geology degree, I'm working for an environmental company. I could have got an environmental sciences degree. I could have got something in environmental engineering. I could have done multiple things like earth sciences.
Yeah.
And gone into similar fields, but it didn't have to be geology. But you still need to understand that, like, even though it's not specific, the type of degree matters.
Yeah, 100%. Don't. Yeah. So it matters, but then after you've gotten a bunch of jobs, like I got a degree in writing, and now I'm in marketing, which I wormed my way in because they're like, oh, writing, you know, marketing and writing, they kind of go hand in hand.
Yep. And then you start getting experience.
But now I've been told, oh yeah, nobody gives a shit about what degree you have. They just look at your job experience.
Yep.
Put your degree at the very bottom. Nobody cares. So
Nobody cares.
listen to what I say. Nobody cares. It's worthless.
It's actually really funny. Speaking of that,
Yeah.
your GPA. I was always
Doesn't
told.
matter.
Well, if it's your first job, if you got a 3.0 or above, you put it on.
Oh, okay.
And if you got 3.0 or below, you just don't.
Yeah.
And so it's like you just got your degree, it's fine.
So I didn't.
They just like I put mine on because I got like
Yeah,
slightly
yeah.
above it.
Yeah. I almost did. I was so close. It's like 0.02 away.
But the other thing is, like, once you get a job, your first job,
Yep.
even if you got above a 3.0, take it off.
Yep.
They don't care.
Yep.
All that matters is your work experience after your first job. Just like after like high school, you put in your college resumes or whatever, and you get put into college. Everything you did in high school doesn't matter anymore. You're a valedictorian? Who cares?
Nobody cares.
No one cares. You got straight A's? Cool. What'd you do in college?
Yep.
And then as soon as you get a job, oh, you got straight A's in college? But who did you work for?
Yep. And what did you do?
Your college doesn't matter. You got a degree? Cool. That's like a whatever. It's crazy how quickly the things you do
Don't matter.
get invalidated by
Oh,
the
yeah.
things that you have recently completed.
100%.
But, I mean, we've been rambling on about
Yeah, we kind of veered off topic.
quite a bit, but it's still college chronicles.
fine.
It's
Yeah.
all college. Like, this is
got-
advice and
That's
time
so
management.
funny. There was another video we're going to do like about graduating. I feel like we just kind of did that video.
No, there's plenty more we could go
That's
on
true.
to. We could do a lot more when it talks about graduating. Holy
Yeah.
cow.
So if you guys want more of these college chronicles, let us know down below in the comments.
Yeah, I've got stories.
Share the video. Get people to watch it because like people keep telling me, "Oh, we want more." I look back at the old one. I'm like, "Yeah, but
No, you don't.
no, you don't though. This says
Yeah.
you don't."
Yeah. Play
yeah.
Rivals of Ether.
Listen to Black Sabbath while playing Rivals of Ether.
It probably would go pretty well. You just got to turn the in-game music off.
Yep. Do that.
Yeah.
There you go. Completely disregard any of the work that the music people put into the game.
Don't do that. I actually like Flashy Goodness's stuff like a lot, but sometimes you want to listen to Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's only so many tracks in that game. So comment down below for future College Chronicles, future Tales from Retail. Like the video if you guys liked it. Subscribe for more content. And as always, have a fantastic day. Oh, by the way,
Follow me on Twitter.